Hello dear students, my name is Ankita and I am teaching as an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering at St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurugram. I welcome all of you to the video lecture series of Object Oriented Programming, and today in this video we are going to discuss about the explicit constructors. Constructors are very important topic or very important feature in object oriented programming system. Constructors are mainly used to create or initialize objects in the memory. Class is a collection of data member and member function, and object is the instance of that class. And in main function we do not specify data members or member functions directly, but object is acts as a representative to call all the member functions of the class and to operate on all the data members which we have specified in the class. So class is just a blueprint of the algorithm you want to perform, and objects are the image or objects are the instance of that particular class. So constructors are used to create those objects in the class. As we write int a, so that means I am creating a location with name a, which will be of 2 byte or 4 byte, depends on the compiler. So by creating the object, I am creating the representative of or the variable of that particular class. So constructor helps those objects to get initialized in the memory. So constructor can be have without arguments or can be created with the arguments. So if a constructor which is having no argument, that is known as default constructor, and any constructor which is having parameters or the arguments in the function brackets, they are known as parameterized constructor. A constructor can have a single argument, it can have multiple arguments. A constructor can have objects as argument also. So the third type of constructor is copy constructor. So when we look at the term type conversion, to convert one type into another, constructor plays an important role, because constructor also helps compiler to get converted one type into another by implicitly or explicitly. So any constructor which is having a single argument which is of integer type or float type or char type, I mean to say which will be of built-in type, so that constructor plays the role of conversion constructor, that says that we are going to convert that built-in data type into object type or user defined type. Conversion constructors are mainly written to convert the basic data type into user defined data type, that is class or the objects. So we will look at the different scenarios under which we require explicit constructors. So we will look at the simple example first of all. Here I have one class and one data member is here. In public section I have created one parameterized constructor which is having only single argument. This is the initializer list and it is having only one argument here. So when we go into the main function, I create the object a1 of class A and assign it to 67. Compiler is getting instruction to convert integer into object or integer into user defined data type. So implicit conversion is happening here. This statement in turn calls the constructor, parameterized constructor, which is having one single argument. So the simple output will be shown here. Consider another scenario. I have here one class A, another class B, and a non-member function, this is display, which is having B as the object as argument, and in main function I create object of A and I am calling the display function with the object A. So what is happening here, this function jumps the control to the definition of the display. It is having B object which is calling the object, which is calling the constructor of B, but constructor of B in turn having the object of A as an argument, so it calls the constructor A. So what is happening here, basically this constructor is, you can say it acts as a copy constructor, and this is just a function which is having one object as argument. So this copying is happening here, and because we are creating object of A here as an argument in B, so first of all a constructor of A will be called and then constructor B will be called, so we will get this output. So conversion also happens in this manner. Okay, compiler only looks at these statements and it follows what you have passed or what you have given as the argument in the function argument list. So we will consider another example. Here we have complex class. Real and imaginary are two data members. Here this is the parameterized constructor having default argument as 0, 0.0 and 0, 0.0 for both real or imaginary part. This is the function operator which is overloading the assignment operator, and the return type is bool here. So it will just compare the uh, real and imaginary part of two objects, and it will return whether if they are equal, then it will return true, and if they are not equal, it will return false. In main function, complex comp1 is the object of the complex class, and it is calling this constructor because I have passed here two parameters, so it will match the definition here. So we know that for operator overloading, if we want to call operator function in the main function, we need to just use that symbol or the operator which we are overloading. So here I am comparing for comparing, the if statement are the best statements in any programming language. So if I am comparing here comp1 is equal to 3.0, this statement is written here, and if it is true then it prints same, and if it is not true it prints not same. But see, implicit conversion is happening here because compiler is not getting any trigger that how 3.0 should be treated, like whether it should be treated like double, it should be treated like float, it should be treated like object. So compiler will perform its part. It will, you know, it will evaluate this statement and it will just print the same. But this is not the proper way to execute your program. We should not make any situation that compiler gets ambiguous in any case. It will abnormally execute and it will just print the true part same. But how we can say that 3.0 is equal to comp1? We can see that, clearly see that it is a float value, and how we can compare 3.0 is equal to comp? We have overloaded this operator to compare two objects but not the float and the object. How we can do that? We cannot do that. So compiler is not getting the proper way to execute this, so it is just printing the same here. Okay, so how we can remove such situations so that our program do not get executed abnormally? In the above example, this operator function is comparing comp1 object with the 3.0 and with the float value, because initially we do not know what type of value is this. We can see this and it is 3.0, so which relates to or which represents as a float value. So we need to explicitly cast it if we want to present 3.0 as the object. If I'm comparing this comp1 with the 3.0, so it should be object only. Yes, so we can use explicit keyword in such situations by just writing the explicit keyword in front of the constructor. So what will happen here, now I'm creating the comp1 object, it is calling the constructor, and when I'm writing if statement, I need to just explicitly cast it. If I'm using explicit keyword, then I will definitely use explicit type casting, so that I can tell compiler that consider this 3.0 as an object. Now what will happen, it will consider 3.0 as an object. So for real part it will consider 3.0 and 0.0 for the imaginary part. It will treat 3.0 as the complex, but in earlier program it was treating 3.0 as anything, like we can just compare anything. So it was just printing the same value. It will, in this, after executing this main function, this will definitely print same, but now I have given the proper instructions to the compiler that consider this to as an object, and this operator which I have overloaded, I overloaded it for comparing two objects. So now it is acting like an object. So here abnormal execution is not happening, so compiler is getting proper instructions here. So now we will look at the scenario 3. Here I have taken two simple constructors, class A and class B constructor, having one single parameters. So when I am writing such statements, they are getting executed absolutely fine. 42 is assigning to A, implicit conversion is happening here. It is calling the constructor, and 42 is getting assigned to for x, and 3.14 is getting assigned to double value. But what if I use explicit keyword here? If these are the implicit constructors or the conversion constructor, when I replace these constructor with the explicit keyword, what will happen here? If I remove it from here, yes, so 42 is getting assigned to int x, but this constructor is explicit constructor, so it requires, if I am using explicit keyword in front of the constructor definition, then compiler will look for the explicit cast, what cast I have given, so this statement won't work properly. Yes, 42 is getting assigned to int x, but by writing explicit, I have given instruction to compiler that there must be a explicit typecasting over here, so that's why this statement shows the compiler error. Similarly with the b, but see, I have written here the proper statement. Okay, so both these statements, this and this one, both will generate compiler error, but rest of the statements are okay. 3.10, yes, I am passing 3.10 because with the assignment operator, explicit call of the constructor won't work here. But if I am writing, if I am passing any value to the as an function brackets, so it will consider it properly and it will execute. So to eliminate this error, we can either explicit cast it like this, and it is also done in the following statements, like here it is done and here it is done. So all these three are the proper methods to execute the explicit constructor, but this statement, such statements will not work properly, they will generate compiler error. A program can have the mixture of explicit as well as implicit constructors. The difference is this only, that if you are using any explicit constructor, then you have to mention the explicit typecasting here. So by writing a here, I have given the instruction to the compiler that this true should be treated as the object. So I'm converting true into object type or user defined type, and then I'm assigning this value to b. So both of these statements get printed. And as far as your explicit constructors are concerned, so it is a standalone topic, and this is the topic of advanced C++. One question will come out from this particular topic, that is directly, what are the explicit constructors? No other question can be made from this particular topic. Write the constructors explicitly will be asked from explicit constructor in the examination also. So if you feel that, then go again with the video and try to understand the purpose and the use of explicit constructor. Thank you so much.